Hello, everybody. Welcome to the NetSuite Podcast, SuiteWorld Edition. I am your host, Fritz Nelson, joined by...
Tori Youngblood.
And Chris Bloom.
Well, this is this is the last time we're going to be here together at SuiteWorld. So a little sweet and sad, bittersweet. Is that a new sweet?
Ooh.
Bittersweet.
Bittersweet.
You haven't heard that before.
Huh.
No.
Okay, have to work that into the product somehow. So maybe it might be appropriate to talk about some of our favorite moments. We're here on day 2 of SuiteWorld. This is the last kind of big official day. Lots of sessions going on. We got a big party tonight. Pitbull is playing. You excited about that, Tori?
I'm very excited about that.
Chris?
Oh, me and others in my clan are very excited about tonight.
God, are you wearing the bald skull cap?
Mr. Worldwide.
We can get you one if you like. Well, it's going to be enjoyable, but I thought maybe we would touch on our favorite moments. Tori, you go first.
Wow, thank you for allowing me to do the honors, Fritz. I know you guys aren't going to believe me when I say this. And of course, the product stuff, it's very exciting. I love it. But my favorite part of SuiteWorld this year has been doing this podcast with you guys.
Oh,
Wow.
It's been a really, really great time on these couches. So
warmth.
thank you.
Warmth. Is
Yeah,
that,
it's
is that what that
sweet.
feels like?
It might be sweet. Actual sweet.
Sweet.
Sweet,
Not
sweet,
bittersweet.
sweet.
Okay.
Not bittersweet. What about you, Chris?
Real human connection. That's so nice.
It's beautiful.
It's really lovely. It makes this whole experience even next level.
Exactly.
Sadly, no, I would say from an excitement point of view, my highlight was the NetSuite Next reveal. This has been so anticipated, and the features that we saw and the capabilities that it revealed were so transformative. These words they're just so hard to come by because it was such a powerful experience for me. I just was tingly for the whole experience of both Evan's initial reveal and then all through the product topics. The product really is my love. I think it's fantastic.
Well, I would say, Tori, when we started out yesterday, you said that the thing you were looking forward to the most were our customers. And I thought, I don't know, kind of sounds boring. But I'm kidding. But it turned out I got a lot of richness from our experiences in talking with our customers, seeing them on stage. And I think really my favorite was seeing a CFO like Tim Natty from the Savannah Bananas. I know that's your favorite, Chris.
It really is.
But from the moment he walked on stage with Sam and just kind of brought the whole crowd to life, added so much light to the moment. And then he sat down with us and talked about some of the things that he goes through, some of the way he looks at being a CFO. And you don't maybe ever make a connection between being in finance and joy, but he was the very definition of joy. And to hear him talk about some of the metrics that matter, how many fans did we touch? And how much money did we make? Of course, that has to be there, but how many fans did we touch? And measure in a currency of smiles. And then he talked also about the ability to tell better stories. And, I don't think that's talked about often enough. So I was really, I walked away going, okay, these are incredible people. All of them have a story to tell. And he told his through his bubbling personality. So that was my favorite moment.
That was fantastic. Yeah, I'm a big Savannah Bananas fan. No one who's been listening to the podcast doesn't know it, and I thought Tim's story and journey and the currencies of what they value really reflect on the positivity of that business.
Well, since we're nearing the end of our time together, I thought maybe we could revisit our lightning suite with one another. Yeah.
Ooh.
Let's see. Maybe I will start off because I'm on the mic. um, and I'm gonna quiz you, Chris.
Ooh. Okay.
All right. So fast forward to 2035. What tech innovation do you hope is mainstream?
Tech innovation that I hope is mainstream.
You made it sound better. My questions sound better.
That's what he's supposed to do.
I think what I would like to see is abundant, innovative, self-building housing. I think that's the innovation that I'm looking forward to. Is the ability for the future technology to make housing available to almost anybody, anywhere, very easily.
Wow, a lot of warm
That-
moments today.
There is a lot of sweetness, not the kind of sweetness we usually talk about at NetSuite, but just a lot of sweetness happening right now.
Yes.
Very nice.
Well, let me turn that now to you, Tori, and let's talk about your team. What's one word your team? Look at your face. One word. She's got a big smile. What's one word your team would use to describe you?
I actually have had them describe me before, and my manager has said bold, and she said, but in a good way. So I said, okay, I'll take
good.
it.
It's been good here.
It's good. It's a good boldness, I guess, which is, nice to hear. Thank you. All right, Fritz. What is your favorite way to take your coffee?
Oh, well, I'll have you know, I make a pour over coffee every morning. I take it black. The sweetness of the coffee naturally comes out when you make it the right way, so you don't need to put anything in it. I don't judge people who put cream or sugar
Sure you don't.
or whatever.
Sure you don't.
I
I think
it's
we used to share a kitchen at the office. I think I got
some eye rolls.
Yeah, when I pulled out my creamer. But whatever you say, Fritz.
Yeah. Whatever you like, however you like your coffee,
Mm-hmm.
that is all that matters.
Thank you. Well, this has been so much fun. And for our listeners, remember that Chris Bloom will be taking over the NetSuite podcast.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited to be listening to all the incredible guests you're going to bring on. And for today, we still have one more interview left. And Fritz, you're going to be sitting down and talking with our customer success and education services team about how they can optimize their use of the suite and really make the most of everything we've been talking about the last couple of days. So really looking forward to that. Stick around, and thank you so much for listening. But first, Fritz, I think we have a message from our sponsors, your favorite.
We do. Thank you, Tori. And I would like to thank all of our sponsors, Saligo, Avalara, and Bill. We could not do this without you. Thank you for helping us make this happen. My last ad read is for Avalara. We love talking about tax. It's very exciting. Managing tax in NetSuite doesn't have to slow you down. Thank goodness. With Avalara, it doesn't. Avalara brings AI-powered tax automation directly into NetSuite. So every calculation, every exemption, every return is accurate, auditable, and effortless. What more could you want? With intelligent automation, not just that normal automation, but the intelligent kind of automation, it's woven into every touch point in the compliance journey. And Avalara's agentic tax and compliance, it detects issues, it resolves them, it helps you stay ahead of constant rule changes. With more than 4,200 NetSuite customers and over 1,400 signed partner integrations, Avalara delivers trusted, regulator-ready compliance at scale. Avalara for NetSuite, intelligent compliance everywhere you work. Okay, I am very excited for this next conversation. I have 3 guests with me. I'm going to start with Reg Singh. He is the Vice President of Education Services and Customer Success. I also have with me Nat Rosenthal, the the GVP of Customer Success, and Greg Boas. Did I say that right? Okay, great. The Consulting Technology Director. I feel like these, it's Reg, it's Nat, it's like Gr. I don't know, like, is there a shortening I could do? It's already short enough, I guess. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me.
Thank you.
Glad to be here.
Yep, thank you.
Okay, so we're on day 2 of SuiteWorld. Let's go around the horn. What's the most exciting thing you've seen or heard? Reg?
I mean, I think the keynote yesterday from Evan, and then setting it up for all of the amazing things that we're announcing. It was amazing seeing that. It was amazing hearing our customers react to that following that keynote. And I think the imagination it sparks, right? Like all of those tools we're building, the power that we're bringing and expanding with NetSuite, with AI and all the features that's coming with NetSuite Next. I think it was amazing to see how customers are thinking about how to take NetSuite to the next level for their business. So I think SuiteWorld this year took on an extra special meaning because you're really looking into the future and saying, how do I take all of this amazing stuff that I'm seeing and make it come to life for my business?
Nat, how about you?
Well, Reg stole my thunder, but if I was thinking of one thing, I mean, there's so many great things. It's hard to pick just one thing. You know, talking to the customers and seeing the customers that were on stage at the keynotes, you know, one of the consistent themes amongst all those customers have been they're over $1 billion. The amount of scale that people can get with NetSuite now, and Brian Chess sort of put was the icing on the cake.
There you go.
For just the scale that NetSuite can do. I think it was 140 orders per second or something.
Yeah.
You know, like 12 million a day. It's incredible, right? And I think people don't realize that that's what NetSuite can bring. So I think that's one of the things I've really taken away from it.
Great. Greg,
Yeah.
how about you?
Definitely would agree with the keynote. I think it's, I've been coming to SuiteWorld for a while, and I can truly say that this keynote was the most impressive one I've seen. With
Sure.
all of the AI, making it tangible for customers, seeing how they can use AI to interact with their data, have confidence, have that trust. I also am in the AI arena, and the excitement that our customers are seeing is off the charts. Like, I haven't seen, last year I worked in AI as well. There was some excitement, but this year it's just taking it to another level.
Yeah, I feel like some of those demonstrations, and I lost count of how many there were in NetSuite Next, but really brings home to people's jobs, exactly what AI can do. And seeing that in the product, in all of the different contexts, was very powerful. So, yeah. Well, we're off to a good start. We, of course, heard a lot about some of the AI-powered updates. And now we want to talk about how customers can take advantage of them. So, Nat, to kick things off, can you give us first an overview of NetSuite Customer Success, what it is, why it's important?
Sure. So NetSuite Customer Success is really all about, I know it's a little bit of an oxymoron, but it's really all about customer success. It's all about the idea that we start with the customer in implementation, we take them through the implementation, through the onboarding, and into beyond onboarding, how to optimize their system. And our services are all designed around that. And we're all incented on long-term customer satisfaction, on keeping the customer. So it's not these individual metrics. And so what we look at is from implementation, how do we layer on education? And Reg will talk more about that. But how are we layering on education, that process? How do we transition from implementation to long-term, the onboarding and the optimization with ACS, which we'll also talk about in a little bit. And then you thread support through that whole piece. And so it's really an organization that's geared and aligned really for the success and the long-term success of NetSuite at the customer. And I think, it's not altruistic to really look at that, because NetSuite is only as successful as our customers, right? And so, as customer success, we can make that work.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. The implementation is always kind of that big hurdle that's staring you in the face, and so you got to get past it. But once that's done, that's when the real magic starts to happen. And so the focus beyond that is really important. So we're going to get into some of the different education services as you talked about, but let's talk about the exciting news. We made some announcements around customer success that are going to help our customers unlock all of these AI features. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, so we announced the NetSuite Customer Success AI consulting service, which is very exciting and really a recognition, and Greg's going to talk a little bit more about it, but really a recognition that customers need assistance, guidance on how to go down their AI journey. And you see all of these incredible tools and capabilities that are evolving at such speed, but how do you really take advantage of it? How do you think about the change management that comes from it? How do you think about controls, compliance, risks in this age of AI? And so we really built this service up to meet customers where they're at in their AI journey. Some of them are just getting started, so we start from the basics, all the way into really customers that are investing heavily, deeply into AI, and we're kind of like supporting them with deeper AI integration and integrations to truly get the benefits of AI. So we're recognizing that there's a whole adoption piece and working with customers to kind of drive that.
Yeah, for sure. I think I'm in customer success. So what we were seeing is we had a bunch of embedded AI inside the suite, but customers just were not unlocking all of that powerful capability. So we saw this, and so we wanted to create an offering where we could have our clients help unlock that AI. So that's where the AI consulting, like Reg said, comes in, helps customers, demystify what AI is and how it can help them inside of their ERP system.
So what does customer success AI services include?
Yeah, so we have a three-step approach. We have a crawl, walk, run. So right now we're on the foundation. So the foundation piece is a guided learning experience where we will come in and understand where the customer is in their AI journey, and then we'll tailor our consulting services around such, right? So if the customer doesn't understand anything about AI, we'll go in and we'll help them understand what AI is, demystify it. Clients that are a little bit further along, we're going to tailor our conversations to help them, proceed forward in their AI journey to continue to move upstream there.
Okay. So you talked a little bit about how, there was AI in NetSuite that people were not quite unlocking just yet. And so the impetus, which is the obvious impetus behind this, but going a little bit further, what were some of those blockages? What were some of those hurdles?
So, that's a good question. I think, and I'll let Greg or Reg chime in. But the genesis, one of the key aspects is AI is happening so fast. There's so many new features that are rolling out in NetSuite. There's so many changes to AI as a whole. It's new for everybody. If you ask somebody, now if you ask somebody if they're an expert in ERP, they've probably been doing it for 30 years. If you're an expert in AI, you've probably been doing it maybe a year, maybe 3 years, right? In terms of how fast it's rolling out. It's constantly changing. So we felt this need that how do we guide our customers not only to take advantage of all of that, but there's a real need to have hand-holding and engagement and as Reg said, meet the customers where they are, really walk through from an industry-specific perspective. And we've got, I think, 200 to probably 400, probably 300 plus now certified consultants within customer success, AI certified consultants rolling it out. So it's really about engaging with the customers and helping them understand this constant rollout, right? How does that help you? Because NetSuite's making so many new advances, as you saw in the keynotes, and that this team is really engaged, the foundation is really engaged to how to help them take advantage of all of that.
Yeah, I think to your point, it's happening so fast. It's tough even for us to sometimes keep up, right? It's 1 month is this, next month is that. It's amazing how fast it's moving, but it also is a challenge. And I think that's where we come in and we help clients understand that, okay, things are going to be rapidly changing, so we need to plan for where AI will be. So have your business meet where AI will be in the future there.
What do you think some of the outcomes that customers are going to expect or hold us to? Are they going to be metric driven? Are they going to be just getting on the road driven? What are you expecting?
It was interesting. We were at an exec summit yesterday, and we talked a little bit about AI ROI. So I do think that in terms of like what are they holding us to, our guidance was think about what are you trying to solve. There's so much more to it than just the technology, and so it kind of comes back to not just thinking about what will AI in itself do, but what is the underlying process or people side of your business that you're looking to really append, whether it be driving improved customer service or whether it be driving efficiencies or productivity. So understand the underlying metric, measure it, and then layer in the AI piece to then say, okay, here's my baseline. Here's how AI is coming in to help me drive that improvement or efficiency.
Do you think, just going back to that conversation around ROI for a second, I mean, it's a big topic right
Yeah.
now. It's,
Yeah.
but do you think that um, I've heard different customers talk about ROI in the sense of going, yeah, we want to see some improvement. We want to see some metrics. We want to see the efficiency. But honestly, it's like the old build it and they will come. It's like we know that there's going to be efficiency there. We're going to just start doing it, and then sure, we'll measure some things, but we just want to get on the road. How much of that are you guys hearing?
So we're here. So we're hearing it. We're hearing a lot of that, and Greg can talk about some of the specifics. But one of the things we see is customers really want to do it, and what we're finding is they can do it. But if you have a bad process, and you just drop AI into the middle of it, and it's not a good process, you just get bad results faster, right? Which nobody really wants it to do. And some of the studies show that, I think there's a study that shows that about 70 to 80% have failed because they're not changing the process, right? So our AI team is looking at changing the process that you do it to help you get on the road. Where should you be taking advantage of that? How can you take advantage of that? And without really understanding AI, understanding where it works in the process and how your process works with AI, you may not get the best ROI out of it.
Yeah, and I think customers that we're seeing a lot of are just so, we're at the start. They're at the start, right? So they don't have any metrics that they want to measure against. So it's even just getting on the bike and then starting to ride that bike down the street, and then we can start measuring. So that's the majority of the customers, is really just, again, demystifying AI, what it means, and then seeing what it can even do. A lot of times we're educating them about what AI can do, and they had no idea that AI could do the things that it's capable of doing, right? It's very new technology in the whole grand scheme of everything.
Yeah, it's funny if you go back to the conversation Sam had with the founder of Symbiotica, and
Yeah.
she was like,
Great
we need to
conversation.
reset our expectations.
Yeah.
We wanted NetSuite to do some things, but wow, we have to really, she was very excited, obviously. So what are some of the common guided use cases you're going to be enabling through NetSuite AI features?
Yeah, so I think the easy win for a lot of clients is starting to use Text Enhance, whether that's composing emails, sales descriptions, purchase descriptions, using Prompt Studio, which is where you're able to have a prompt library that anyone in the company, if they have the right permissions, can go and use those prompts, right? So if you have people that get really good at prompting, have those employees be the ones that create the prompts that others can leverage. And then I think with SuiteScript, we also have rolled out in the last year or two the new AI module, right? So being able to talk to the models in a programmatic way, which really unlocks a lot of doors that I think customers don't truly realize today, but that's some of the things that we're looking to expose customers to, so they can start to see, oh, we can use AI in this workflow or this type of agentic process.
I imagine, there's some success too in finding, there's always some early adopter they've already created their own little private prompt library.
Yeah.
That you're like, oh, well, why don't you share it with others,
Yeah.
and then once that gets going, people realize that they can do it too.
Yeah, exactly. It's
The CEO of Spotify, when he was talking to Evan on stage, I believe, was it Sam or Evan? I think it was Evan. He was talking to Evan that they was talking about having that prompt, like they're using Rev AI was their Slack channel, and he was talking about how they're really looking to get everybody involved in doing that. And I think, to your point, how do you get everybody connected to working on it, working together to do it? And that's just a small example of how Shopify. Did I say Shopify?
It rhymes.
Shopify.
It
Yeah,
rhymes.
it
So
does.
we're-
It does. It does.
yeah.
So how Shopify does it?
I didn't want to
Yeah.
correct you,
But you should. You should feel
Okay.
free to correct me.
In the AI 101 workshops, how do you end up tailoring content for finance, operations, other industries? I saw some of the great things that Allison showed on stage today. How do you tailor it?
Yeah, so that's perfect. And with that, we understand who's in the room, right? And so from that, we can then guide the conversation, tailor that experience. And we also will talk to the client beforehand to get an understanding where they're even at on their AI journey, so that we're not going into a conversation with a client that knows a lot about AI and giving them the foundations of what a large language model is, what is machine learning. Like, they already know all that. Let's skip that and let's go a little bit more upstream. And especially for the people on the call or in the room with us, if they're more inventory-based procurement, we're going to talk all about that. If they're not finance, we're not going to talk so much about finance, right? So that's where we're able to tailor that conversation when we have those engagements out there.
Let's talk a little bit more about education, because this kind of opens that door quite wide. What are some of the education services available to our customers to help optimize their NetSuite investment?
Yeah, I mean, we've really focused on growing the availability and the accessibility of our educational content, particularly in the world of AI and how quickly things are moving. So not only have we really expanded the amount of content that we have, we've also expanded the ways in which customers can access it. So today, our education services span anything from our learning labs, and we're in 4 to 5 cities every month. We do webinars with customers throughout the month as well, under LCS Live with our trainers and instructors. We also have a growing e-learning library, so that kind of goes a little bit more in depth into content across these areas. We also started doing some podcasts as well to kind of bring in some thought leadership and bringing different perspectives and start to look at just some of the themes around the product itself. Like as we've seen with AI, everyone is very concerned about adoption and how do you drive adoption? How do you help employees navigate the change that's happening? And AI is upending not only our professional lives, but our personal lives as well. So how do you kind of bring that in? So we've really started to rethink how education adoption plays a big role in driving companies with their change management, cultural change that they're trying to drive with adopting AI tools and with LCS and with education. We're continuing to look at how we expand that. Probably the newest thing that we've done is our new AI certification program. So alongside everything that Greg talked about with our services, we have an ability for folks to take, sign up for an Explorer Pass, which is free, and sign up for an associate level of AI certification. And that gives them the confidence that, hey, they're getting that core understanding. And then from there, they can start to build their AI skills and experience and kind of take it from there.
That initial certification is free, right?
That's right.
Oh, wow. Okay, you heard it here. Was that on the crazy dealing day?
No, and that's free all the time.
All right. Well, we have the learning lab here at SuiteWorld. I walked over there. Beautiful, unbelievable space there. And people can get inspections, talk to Suite gurus. What have been some of the outcomes of that here?
Yeah, I mean, the learning lab at SuiteWorld has just grown year on year, and it's really addressing what customers want from us. Every year we come here, we hear about what customers want more hands-on, more workshops, more ability to talk to other customers, to talk to our product experts, to talk to our educational, our consulting team. So it represents the best of customer success. Everything kind of Nat talked about, all the people that help customers guide them through their journey are here, and it's a great place to meet with them. And we do that through different forums. We have education advising sessions where you can meet with an education consultant and talk about your own learning journey. We have ACS and we have inspections that we do to kind of give them a snapshot view into the health of their account and look at providing recommendations for optimizing. We also have thought leadership sessions on the CS Live stage. We have one-on-one. We have a customer success management team. We have a certification station this year as well.
Wow. It might be easier to say what we don't do.
Yeah.
Well, it might be good just kind of have you talk a little bit more about what Learning Cloud Support looks like and what it is.
Yeah, so Learning Cloud Support is, think of it as your ticket into everything in the world of education for NetSuite. So it comes with a whole series of benefits, unlimited access for all of your users. All of them can sign on to MyLearn, which is our e-learning platform, which has e-learning courses, thousands of hours of content, interactive, easy to consume. You can kind of like continue later. You can start and continue, come back and continue later on. Guided learning paths within that as well. So it really is a portal which has our entire e-learning content library. Through that, you can also sign up for webinars. So depending on product area you have an interest in or a thought leadership area, you can sign up for LCS Live. We're doing 1,000 webinars a year. So, divide that by the number of days. So we're doing a ton of these. Customers are loving it. Gives them an opportunity to talk to other customers, meet with our trainers in a virtual environment. We also have advising sessions. So these are consultants that meet with our customers on a regular basis, help guide them towards understanding, developing learning goals, and then helping them build plans to implement those learning action plans within their organization. So really access into people, into content, and into all of the thought leadership that they need to be successful in NetSuite.
Nat, Reg mentioned ACS before. Can you talk to us about Advanced Customer Support and what that is?
Sure. So Advanced Customer Support, ACS, is there's multiple things that it is. One, we find it most successful when customers are getting onboarded after the implementation, how to get them to the next level, right? So there's multiple stages in a customer's growth. So one, as they come out of the implementation, they've taken the courses, they've gotten educated, they're starting to use the system. Maybe there's a little bit of bumps, right? They didn't expect this report to do that or this report, and ACS can really help them. And then as they begin to grow, right, they've gotten over the little bumps from this report or that report, and now they really want to begin to optimize and begin to take advantage of supply chain or different AI, because the AI group in ACS supports just like our AI group within the consulting services for those that have ACS. So it can help leverage those things. It helps as NetSuite rolls out, it rolls out 2 updates every year. They can sit with the customers, they can say, look, this is for your system. It's a named group of people that really focus on your industry. So we're aligned to industry. So you're not calling a support line and getting a random person. They're people that you interact with on a regular basis. And so it can really make a difference. And for a lot of companies, it's very cost effective because with ACS, you have an expert in everything NetSuite does. You don't have to go hire your own order management, or your own procurement, or your own payables, right? They can help you administer all of that. So it's really a great way to take advantage after go live to reduce your costs and leverage NetSuite's expertise to get through that.
Little mic bump there. That's good.
Little mic bump. Sorry,
just got to make sure it's still there. What are some of the insights or trends you're seeing around what customers are looking for with the added support that ACS provides?
Well, first of all, clearly it's going to be AI, right? We're seeing a lot of AI with NetSuite's rollout of the AI connector, MCP and the AI connector. That is clearly one of the most popular things we're seeing. I mean, it literally can be implemented in minutes, right? Even a walkthrough, they don't even need to touch the system really. They're just kind of guiding people through it, helping people get over the hump. The other piece that we really see is people want to take advantage of the features they're not using. So often we ask, well, what are we doing well, right? What am I doing today? But ACS can help is what are you not doing, right? Since they're organized by industry, they get to see across multiple, across the industry, who's taking advantage of which are the more popular features, which features have just been released. So we can find that people they're helping people find what they're not doing, right? Which helps to improve their business in new ways. So without getting into specifics, because there's so many industries, so many opportunities, it's really both the AI pieces and ACS helping them identify what they're not doing that may be a key part of their industry.
What are some of the differences that have emerged from way back when we first started ACS to now?
Well, I think the key one of the key aspects is we've grown kind of the different levels of ACS. So we have monitor, optimize, and architect. And I think one of the big pieces is we're now able to take architect, which helps some of our larger implementations go from beginning to infinity, really. Where we start at the beginning, we're helping them work through optimization, helping them find the best tools, the best processes to leverage within NetSuite. And it's not that they work with anybody to implement. And so really that opportunity to take them all the way through from beginning to end has really made a difference.
So we've talked a lot about AI at the top here, and we're seeing it everywhere. We're hearing it everywhere. For customers who are thinking about using all of this as we start to roll it out, maybe some are even on the fence still. Don't know how they could be. But
I agree with you. How can you be on the fence about AI?
But what would you tell them?
I would tell them, start small, pick one thing, use that as your experiment. Once you get comfortable with it, then continue to expand outward from there. It's really where I see, don't try to tackle everything, right? I think that's even in implementation, that's a huge pitfall. They're trying to do this integration, that integration, understand what's the most critical piece to your business, and understand where you will see the biggest gains in AI. Try tackling that. Again, start small, wrap your hands around it, and then work your way upwards.
Unsurprisingly, my recommendation would be to start with education. We have, there's so much out there, and we've helped distill some of that with our content. but starting to think about AI and how you can leverage that for your organization. I love the idea of starting small. We talked a little bit about micro pilots yesterday with the exec summit as well. Think about places in your business that you can try it. It's as much a cultural shift as it is a technological shift. And I think a lot of CXOs that we heard from yesterday, I think, are worried about that, are concerned about how does the rest of the organization keep up with that. So for me, it's knowing and researching and educating yourself about it and really making practical decisions on, okay, now how do I get started? Where do I begin? What are some of the things I need to think about? Because it's much more than just the technology.
Yeah, if I could, real quick, something that came to mind was that think about it as a coworker, right? So treat it like another human, interact with it, don't be scared of it, unbox it, right? And so you have to think about processes, talk to it like it is another person out there, because AI is smart, but it's only as smart as the context that you give it. So don't think it will come in and solve everything. Treat it like another.
Not the panacea, but
yes,
a great coworker. I like that. Yeah. Nat, anything to add?
Well, great answers by Reg and Greg. One of the things that I think about is this idea that it's so different than what with technology than we've seen before. It's really understanding having leadership align and having leadership be supportive and leadership understanding that there's going to be mistakes, because what's happening now in a lot of companies is shadow AI, where people are using AI outside the system, outside bounds. And so it's really leaders having to sometimes change the way they manage and be really celebrate ideas and really celebrate changes and new unique experiences with AI, rather than encourage people to talk about the shadow AI that they're using. And a lot of times people say, you do it my way or the highway, and it really needs to be much more of a culture of celebration to identify what's going on at all levels of the company.
You guys have some great jobs because you get to really work with and talk to our customers, which is very enviable. But if we can go around the horn real quick, starting with you, Greg, what is the most rewarding part of your job?
Easy answer. When I can get customers as excited about AI as I get, that's when I know I've done my job.
Great, Nat. Well,
it's once a year. It's talking to you, Fritz, here. I mean, obviously, could somebody want anything more?
You'll get an invite next year for sure.
I do. I think it's talking with and working with our customers and seeing, again, watching all of these folks on stage, seeing the great impact they're having in their businesses and how their businesses are accelerating their growth.
Yeah.
With NetSuite.
They're really passionate. Reg?
Yeah, it's such an obvious answer, but it's so much about the customer. And I think what brings me a lot of joy in my job is understanding how we make customers successful. Again, technology is an enabler, and our role in customer success is amazing because we get to figure out how do we help customers, how do we guide their journeys, how do we help them truly get the benefit of everything we're talking about. And so that brings me a lot of joy. And then coming here at SuiteWorld and seeing that come to life and seeing the excitement and passion that people bring is really rewarding and is very energizing, for sure.
Great, thank you. We're going to do something a little different here in a second, but real quick, Nat, where can people learn more about Advanced Customer Support?
Well, if you have ACS, if you can talk to your AMO rep about it. If you're engaged with NetSuite services, talk to the project manager, they'll get you connected, or talk to your account manager, and they'll be happy to get you connected with ACS.
LCS?
If you're AMO rep, same things, right? We make it real easy. Connect your AMO rep, your consultant. If you're at SuiteWorld, come in, meet your education advisor at the Learning Lab. So just come on up to the front and there'll be someone to greet you and kind of guide you. If you're not sure about it, just come to us and we'll help you figure it out.
How can they get more of your time on AI consulting?
Talk to your consultant, talk to your project manager, talk to your account rep, talk to ACS. We will be there for you.
Great. All right. We're going to do what we call Lightning Suite. These are rapid fire questions, quick answers. We'll just do a few here to start us out. Greg, we're going to start with you just because you're sitting right here.
Okay. Here we go. Buckle up.
What is your guilty pleasure?
Talking to AI too much, I think.
That's your guilty pleasure.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Wow. Some people say ice cream, but you
I was going to say chocolate, but I thought that was too obvious, so I had this AI theme.
All right. Nat, what is the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Wow. I think from an old mentor, I think as a leader, the best piece of advice I got was to be consistent. That what matters if you're consistent as a manager, people will tell you what's going on, and what really matters is the bad news. Because good news takes care of itself, but as a manager, you're responsible for fixing the bad news. And so if you're consistent, it has a huge impact.
The best advice I ever got from Nat was don't blank it up. Number one.
I got that today too. So
I usually give people that advice right as we count down to go on air.
Yeah.
Reg, what is the first app you open in the morning?
Definitely the Apple News app. Like I start my day wanting to know what's happening, what's happened, what should I think about, always without fail, Apple News.
Okay. Greg, what's one word your team would use to describe you?
one word, hardworking.
Okay, I
It's
like
hyphenated,
that.
but we'll count that. It's hyphenated.
Not
Not counting. Nobody's
Slip
counting.
it in.
We
Nobody's
work on
counting.
it.
All right. Nat, early bird or night owl?
Early bird, for sure.
Okay. Reg, what is a business tool you can't live without?
I would say our Oracle AI chat tool now. Absolutely can't live without it. It's become so ubiquitous in my work.
Okay. All right. Okay, one last one. We're going to end with Greg. What is a book or podcast that has had a big impact on your career?
Probably do CEO.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about that.
It's a pretty popular one. It's he talks about everything under the sun. So it could be technology one day, it could be about business the next day, it could be about finances. It's really been just well-rounded.
Okay. Great. Well, before I say goodbye to you guys, I got to do a little word for our sponsor here. This one is for Bill. Did you guys know that 11 out of 10 headaches are caused by manual data entry?
I did not.
Did not.
No.
Did you do the math on that, by the way?
I did.
Okay.
11 out of 10. Yeah.
It gave me a headache.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does me too. Fight back against the busy work with Bill APAR. Bill integrates seamlessly with leading ERPs like NetSuite, so your team can eliminate errors, save time, and get full visibility of your cash flow. Please check out Bill today. All right. Well, I just want to thank you guys for being here. That was a great conversation. Good to hear about all of the wonderful things that we're offering. I would also like to say thank you to our audience for being with us on the NetSuite Podcast, SuiteWorld Edition. What a pleasure it's been, and we hope to see you again real soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Podcast SuiteWorld Edition was recorded live at Caesars Forum in Las Vegas on Wednesday, October 8th, 2025. It was hosted by Chris Bloom, Tori Youngblood, and me, Fritz Nelson. The episode was produced by the wonderful Hangar 4 creative team and post-production by the Oracle video team. And finally, a big thanks to all of you, our listeners, for tuning in. If you want more episodes like this one, make sure you subscribe to our channel and give us a rating and a review. Until next time.